I had never even thought about doing consulting work. I'd always worked in public sector, higher education, NHS. The idea of working private sector was scary. The idea of working for a consultancy company was also scary. I was really fortunate in that I had people that I knew from my old project that already worked at Namos. And the only things I ever heard from them about Namos were how supportive it is, what a great culture they've got, what a wonderful working environment it was. And it was that gave me the confidence to reach out and say, actually, I'm looking to make a change.
I was made redundant and I only worked part-time. So I was trying to decide I wasn't really ready to retire. So I reached out to Chris Mason and had a conversation with him. And he listened. He understood what I wanted to do. He understood I wasn't ready for retirement. He appreciated I'd been in the industry a long time, and therefore I had some skills that Namos could use. And he created a job for me at Namos for 2 days a week, which is what I wanted. I couldn't have asked more than that.
I love working with clients, obviously, but I also love that opportunity to work with our technical consultants. We all bring a different bit of the puzzle. I'm thinking about some of the projects I've worked on where we've had very specific requirements from clients, particularly the ones I'm thinking are around recruitment. And it took a functional person, i.e. me, to understand what the problems were, what they were trying to solve. I can do that pretty quickly because I taught their language. I've worked in the kinds of roles they've worked in. And then I was able to play those back to a technical consultant at Namos and talk through what the opportunities were to solve that problem. And I think what we do really well when we work together is I'll have what needs to happen. I get what the client needs, and the technical consultants will understand what the opportunities are, what the different solutions might be.
It's actually the people behind those brains that make a real difference. You know, the creativity that they can bring and the innovation, that's not just about being clever, that's about being good people. I think Namos is full of good people. And once you join the team, you know, we talk about hashtag Team Namos. That's not just something that we put on social media, that actually is who we are. And I think once you're part of that team, you don't want to lose being part of that team. So people stay, and you know, you see that in all the long service that we have.
It's one of the very few companies I've worked for that you can actually approach everybody from C-level down, which is really rare. I think it's a really open door policy, and they really are just one team.
Namos was growing really, really quickly. Very exciting company to be with. And I could see that there was a gap in the managed services team. So I went and I spoke to my boss at the time, and I said, I do think that with my skills, that would be a better thing for me to do for Namos. I could add more value. And he went up and he asked the various bosses, and by the end of the day, I'd moved into managed services. So they didn't just listen, they actually acted on it.
We're a really supportive team as well. We are not kind of protective of our areas or protective of our knowledge. And as a company, we're really able to support each other.
We're all busy people. There's deliveries to be met. There's timelines. There's deadlines. But actually, you know, having been here for 2 years, I know that if I need help or I want to talk something through with people, there are always plenty of people that are happy to do that. You know, there's never anything, you know, that's too much. You know, we talk about being big enough to deliver but small enough to care. And actually, you see that every day. You know, my role, as I said, as a people partner, I get to work with people across the organisation, and whether they're technical and more creative, whether they're bringing sales in, I know that if I message them on Teams, they'll reply to me quickly, and they're always happy to help. And I think that's really special.